Hello fellow hunters, today we're gonna be looking at the Whirligig, so one of Bloodborne's DLC weapons. And this weapon is also known as the Pizza Cutter, its troll name, and it's understandably so. So I think this weapon I don't want to say objectively, but I think that this weapon, in my opinion, is maybe the strongest weapon in the DLC. It's not my favorite, definitely not my favorite. Amygdala's arm is, or hand, whatever it's called, that one is my favorite weapon. There's only 3 weapons left to cover, so it will be out soon. But this one is definitely also one of the weapons I like. But I think it is the strongest weapon, since I have the hardest time playing against people using it, since even more than the Rakoyo. The Rakoyo is an extremely strong weapon, if you didn't know already, with its phantom range and spammy weapon, very high damage, a lot of combo fluidity. It's just almost a perfect weapon. But I still think this is the best weapon in the DLC, although I can change my mind anytime as usual, maybe something comes up. And let me tell you why I think it's the strongest weapon. And definitely, before I start, definitely it is the strongest weapon in PvE in the game. Hands down, in my opinion, it is the strongest weapon in the game when it comes to PvE. So this weapon, you're one-handed, it's a mace or something very similar to that. And it's two-handed, as you can see, a pizza cutter. There's no way to put it other than that. Really, I don't know how to describe this weapon. I don't think this weapon exists in real life. And why is it very, very good? Well, first off, you have very high damage, very extremely high damage that you get from the scaling. The strength scaling on this weapon is just crazy. You get S scaling on strength when it's fully upgraded, D in skill, although you don't need it, but my character is a quality build, which means I have both skill and strength at around 50, and you have also B scaling in arcane, and this is one of the good candidates in the DLC to change to an elemental damage, especially fire, since this weapon is transform mode. When you're two-handing it, you get 20% extra damage against beasts. So Ludwig, Lawrence the First Vicar, Vicar Amelia, all the beasts in the game, you can do 20% extra damage to them, like the Soul Cleaver and the Soul Spear and the Whip. And when you add fire on it, you become super dangerous, especially against Ludwig. I think this is the best weapon against the bosses anyways, since you can use 2 things. You can use the rapid poison or slow poison gems. You can poison people like nothing, since it has the ability of shredding your opponents, like the Logarius Wheel from the base game, where you get multiple attacks from one attack. I don't know how, if you understand what I mean, but it basically shreds people. Since, you know, it's a pizza cutter, just imagine it's rolling and hitting people multiple times. So that's basically what it does. And with the beast mode, when you use beast blood pellet, you become a godlike person in this game, like godlike. I'm not joking. Put a fire buff on it, then use beast blood pellet and go to town, man. Go to town. You'll fuck people right and left, especially bosses. And especially with the L2, special L2 attack. The special L2 attack on the transform mode on this weapon, you shred until your stamina finishes. That move is crazy good. You can kill Ludwig before even the second part of the music starts. Like, it's that strong. That's why I think, especially against beasts like that, even as an extra layer of badass with this weapon. Even its one-handed mode is not that bad. Actually, I love the one-handed mode, the mace mode. Although the damage multiplier on that thing is one of the lowest in the game. You will do much less damage than shown, since the multiplier is below 1 usually. And that's to balance the weapon. It's very quick. The charge attack is very quick. It's very varied. You can use that when you want to hit somebody that is, you know, light, that is moving around a lot, or enemy that is very fast. However, in the transform mode, that's when the multipliers go up. However, they're not very high, since this weapon already does extreme damage. So the highest multiplier you get is a charged R2, which is 80% extra damage. Or the running R2, when transform mode, you get 50% more damage. And that attack is amazing, the running R2 transform mode. So why I think this is one of the best weapons too, since in this game, most people lock on. You know, you lock on your target and then you quick step and attack. That's the most common attack you'll see in the game. And the quick step attack of this weapon is flat out broken. It's, I think, almost identical to the Bloodletter transform mode quick step attack, which is very quick poke and it has crazy hitbox, which you know can kill people. They can hit people even when they dodge somehow. Don't ask me how. It has like a phantom range, stupid hitbox. That's what makes it very strong. Not only is it a strength weapon, but you can hit people easily, okay? That's usually what's lacking on strength weapons. This weapon doesn't have any problem with that. You can just quick step R1 the whole game and you might win. Which is, by the way, not nice to do. But I'm just telling you. Like, the quick step attack on this one is one of the best things. But the transform mode, all of its attack is amazing. Especially when you want to, you know, use the shredding ability, which is the L2 or the backstep R2 or the jumping R2. These weapons will hit multiple times. They will shred your opponent. I will recommend the L2 or the backstep R2 because they consume less stamina, much less than the jumping R2. Jumping R2 just stamina bar just disappears after that, so watch out when you do it, and the tracking on it is just bad. So the normal saw you find in the DLC, it has 2 radial slots and 1 triangle. So this is the best you can get for your physical damage. There's no need to go to find the other 2 virgins in the chalice dungeons. That's very good. That means when you find DLC, that's the one you're going to be choosing. The best gems, well, now after the patch, after DLC, the gems kind of changed, and the best gem for this weapon is the 24.8 strength scaling, which is kind of difficult to get. Actually, it's difficult to get, not just kind of difficult, but it's not as difficult as you think. You have to kill a 3rd layer boss bloodletting beast while cursed. Well, you can do it with friends, which is you know, which makes it much easier, and it's not a guaranteed drop. It has to be also abyssal heavy damn blood gem, so it has to be abyssal and 24.8 strength scaling. That's the best gem now in the game when it comes to damage. Even if you put it on skill based weapons, since you increase their strength scaling, that's very good for quality builds which want to use a skill build, or skill weapon. Or you can go with the standard 27% gems. I'm using only the standard 27% gems on this in this video, but I believe I farmed it later. I think I have now 1, I think, abyssal gem. But yeah, just go with the 27%. If you don't care much about that, just get the 18 or 19% you get from Nightmare of Menses by killing the Winter Lanterns. So yeah, you can do that and get good damage. So overall, I think, as I said, this weapon is definitely up there, one of the best weapons in the game. I think it's maybe the best, maybe. I don't know, of course it comes to personal preference, but I think it's almost perfect, this weapon. Other than the stamina consumption, I don't think there's any disadvantage of using the weapon. Like, nothing. There's no disadvantage. It's just a very good weapon you cannot go wrong with, if you know what I mean. And to summarize it, very high damage, extremely high, very high scaling, ability to shred opponents, meaning having multiple attacks on a certain attack, hyper armor transform modes, although most weapons has that. You have the speed on your one-handed, which you can spam away when you have to. Great moveset. That's always my #1 concern when it comes to weapons, the moveset. How unpredictable can you be? And in this weapon, well, you can be very unpredictable, and even if you're predictable, you can dish out a lot of damage. So this is one of the weapons you can never ever go wrong with. You don't need that much thinking to use it. It's just a very easy to use solid weapon, and I think it will be top tier definitely, and especially in PvP. In PvP, people who know how to use it, they are very dangerous since they can 3-shot you. They have so many attacks in their arsenal. You cannot predict them fully. Has a weird stupid hitbox on its quick step attacks, which is the most common attack. And yes guys, I think this is just all around one of the best weapons, although it's not one of my favorites. I just like it, nothing more. As I said, I like Amygdala's arm, and I'll talk about that soon when I'll tell you why I like that. And also we got a new patch today, which now you can buy a blood rock from the inside shop. Hooray, I think. That's very good news. And also there are other balance things they did for weapons, which I'm not sure what they are. And if anything comes up that is important, I'll let you know. So this is the last clip in this video. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like and all the good stuff. It helps me going, motivates me, since I do this as a hobby. And after I finish my weapon reviews, I promise I have very special videos. So until then, I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.